there, Capricorn. Welcome to your mid-June 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. The universe, I think the universe is the world. Wait a minute. I was thinking, is there, for a minute I got confused. I was thinking, is there a world card? Duh. Yeah, there's a world card. The last card in the major arcana is a world card. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Three of Swords. In this deck, they almost make it like the Ten of Swords, like a betrayal. It definitely could be connected to a betrayal, but the Three of Swords is a card of heartache, so it can mean that somehow you have been done wrong by somebody else, and it has led to a negative feeling of rejection within you. And this doesn't have to be your love life. This could be like in the workplace, like getting passed over for a promotion or some other kind of situation, maybe that you were promised but didn't materialize. And especially, I would say, if it involves someone else, because the Three of Swords can even be like a lover's, what do they call that? A lover's triangle. But if the lover's triangle occurs because it's almost like two people are competing for the affections of a third person. But if you think about it, even like in a workplace situation, a person may feel like somebody else is receiving preferential treatment and can make them feel unwanted or rejected in some way. In the past possession. In the past position, we have the Two of Cups, and this is a card that really does make me think this is about relationship issues. So the Three of Swords, like I said, can be where there's like three parties involved, and maybe you're not cheating, maybe you're with somebody who's cheating. In the past position, we have the Two of Cups. This can be a card of the issue of commitment coming up, reuniting with someone. We just got through with a Mercury retrograde, so you may have hooked up with somebody from the past, and maybe it didn't go as well as you thought it was. Maybe they said that they were finally free, and they're still involved with another party, and you feel as if it's not going the way that you planned. Or it could be that you have reunited with someone and now you have this lover's triangle. The higher message, which is like the spiritual message of whatever the situation is the Two of Swords. So it's like you're at the crossroads. You see that kind of cross where the person has to make a decision. Now, the swords relate to air signs, so it has to do with the mind. So the mind has to let go of confusion or any sort of ambivalence, meaning that the person is kind of like torn or even a little bit reluctant to, maybe you're not really enthused about either one of your choices. And so it's not really much of a choice at all. But it's like something is forcing your hand, perhaps, that you have to kind of choose. What crosses you is the universe or the world card, which means that you're not willing to end something. You know something is done with. You know that there is, that the writing is on the wall. So an example would be, let's say that you're in a workplace environment and somehow you have gotten this kind of feeling of betrayal in that environment, or rejection. I'd rather say rejection, that you haven't been treated properly. But if you really review how it has been lately overall, you feel as if there is a sense of that things are getting, they were already deteriorating, and that you need to make a move. But it might be the case that you are clinging to a past situation that was better off, or what have you. And sometimes this can simply be the natural course of things. And this, with relationships, some relationships last a season, even marriages. But because we've been, given this sort of, I would call it indoctrination, that, oh, you have to stay married for the rest of your life. You made a commitment. Are you going to break a commitment? Well, that's why I don't believe in marriage. I mean, I believe in love, but I don't believe in marriage personally, because I feel that, you can't make that kind of promise to another person. It's impossible. You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not talking about that you're going to fall in love with somebody else. I'm just talking about life itself. You might be in a place where you don't resonate with that person anymore, and you don't feel like this, that you're going to grow spiritually together. Are you supposed to just stay with them regardless? I think that we should be free to decide what we want to do. And, I have Venus in Aquarius, so you'll have to forgive me for having that view. But anyway, something may be ending and you're kind of resisting that ending. What's coming in is the Justice card. So especially with a thing like marriage, it could really point to this idea of bringing in a legal, intervention of sorts. And another thing about this card that I want to say is that, in early July, you're going to have a full moon in your sign, Capricorn. And whenever there's a full moon, the sun is opposing that moon. So the sun will be in your house of marriage in the 7th house. And it could be that there is some kind of development as it pertains to a committed partnership, or even a business partnership. And the thing that you have to keep in mind is, because the full moon is in the 1st house, it can be that you are conscious of yourself and your needs. Maybe you have given to another person and it hasn't been reciprocated, and you feel that it's one-sided, and so you're ready to honor yourself. The 1st house to me is a catch-all house of all developments in your life, so it could simply be that your life is changing so much in general that you have to let go of something. The outcome is the Prince of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. And you see he's sitting on a bull, because this card is connected to Taurus. And Taurus in astrology rules the 2nd house of earned income. So if this is a relationship issue, you may just go into work mode, where you just go to work, you earn your money, you've got that work ethic going, and that's what gets you through your personal life problems. If you're, and it might not be that much of a problem if you're, let's say you are in an unhappy union. You may want to change that situation, but it could uproot your life. And it's nice to have this sense of constancy. And sometimes people find that if they have this work flow and this routine, that it gives them that sense of stability when everything else seems like it's up for grabs, really. So it's just like a stabilizing influence in your life. And if you, for instance, are this is a workplace situation, you may just continue to show up and be consistent. And maybe at the same time, you're making other plans, but you're not just kind of, throwing away, when people just throw their ball away and they walk away from the game. You might just be continuing to show that great work ethic that you have. Like you're not going to allow somebody else's unfair treatment to make you less than what you are. And that's a good thing because when you leave, if you leave, you will be showing them what they're missing. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.